Vai.
A posto, andiamo.
Che partita subito.
I thought member 4, Pokakakamon, had gotten rid of most of the society members. I didn't have a lot of hope for this. Oh, look who's here. You're back. Of course. This is a summit between 3 geniuses.
It's a special time. All departments are prepared.
Ironico come sia uscita prima Ruan Mei di Scrullum.
Davvero.
Non arriverà mai.
Fanfare and probably wouldn't appreciate a crowd to welcome her, so I asked the researchers to keep things simple.
I took her to see the portraits of the society members a few days ago. I wanted to have the researchers make one for her as well, but she declined the offer. I don't get it. Whatever, as long as she's happy.
I heard Miss Ruan Mei likes snacks and pastries, so I asked the researchers to prepare some traditional desserts from the blue. All of them seemed to tickle her fancy.
Ancora questa si chiama The Blue. Significa.
Cosa?
Of course. Go find her yourself.
Ho detto anche la questa si chiama The Blue. Vediamo che significa.
Haven't seen a trace of
Ti immagini ci fanno andare sul pianeta?
Miss Ruan Mei is the very image of a scholar. I heard she once took a little vacation on a desert planet. By the time she left, she'd miraculously created a boom in the local ecology.
She just wanted somewhere uninhabited to experiment with her life spiral system. Ruan Mei is certainly very talented, but she hardly interacts with anyone. She lives like a hermit. Pity. Anyway, what more needs to be said for someone smart enough to become Herda's research partner, Hurry up and head out! Huh? See if you can find her.
I'm not sure, but she
No, mappa
doesn't seem to get
subito?
around much. She spends
Mi
most
sa
of
di
her
sì.
time between the
Mi
master
sa che
control zone and the
ci
railway
sarà
platform.
anche una
Maybe you
bella
can start research
cutscene,
there.
sai?
Ok.
Che tra l'altro dobbiamo ancora capire cos'era quella fiamma che ha preso
vedremo,
Asta
vedremo.
nel trailer. L'abbiamo. Adoro comunque che sto gruppo qua esiste ancora, cioè...
Si dimenticano niente.
Esatto.
Lunghissimo.
Sì. Te ti ricordi su Genshin quando è che hanno messo il Serenity Pot?
1.5 mi pare, non mi ricordo. Era 1. Qualcosa.
Ok, iniziamo sta quest. Trova Ruan Mei. Ok, abbastanza semplice. È il treno.
Vediamo.
There's someone next to the railway platform. Could she be?
Eccola.
Wow.
Ah, ok, subito.
Wow.
Subito.
Ma
Sta calma. Oh.
Ma
Hello. I hope I didn't startle you.
L'hai
This is a
fatto.
work habit of mine.
sì.
Using touch to
Ma
open my
c'è.
senses and letting the details of your
Ok.
biological existence flood into my brain helps me understand your construction as a living organism. Such is the basis of deconstruction and reconstruction. Do not be concerned. You are very healthy.
Qualcosa mi dice che sarà come Tesla e...
Sì,
A perfect experimental
questa
specimen.
donna non ha amici.
I like perfect experimental specimens.
Mi dà più l'idea di Mobius forse, sai?
Può essere, sì, sì.
Yes, I'm happy to
C'ha
meet
i
you
piccioli
too.
sulla
We've met
bocca.
before in the simulated universe. I expect the views here had me lost in thought. I don't usually go in and out of the space station, and only discovered today that it was blessed with such calm, open views. It is a wonderful fit for the sweet fragrance of lotus leaves, plum blossoms, sticky rice, and frosting sugar. Come here. Look. The blue planet is directly below us. It is so full of life. This dessert is very delicious. Here, take half. Delicious desserts remind people of how flowers look when they bloom. Ingest this dessert one bite at a time, and the sweetness will linger in your mouth. I hope you like it too.
Un brutto
So,
presentimento.
what do you think?
Anch'io.
I could certainly prepare more for
Non
you.
racconta giusto.
It's somewhat of a tradition to bring strawberry pastries when I visit Stephen Lloyd. His attendance seems quite dependent on them. An outstanding dessert. 10 grams of cubed sugar, 1 dried and salt-preserved plum blossom. Baking and cooking are the
Chissà se ci si decideranno mai a farcelo vedere.
Succederà, è il prossimo. Cioè, dopo Scrum giocabile, sicuramente lui è il prossimo giocabile.
Immagina se esce prima Steve Lloyd.
No, dai. Per favore.
The clamor is not fitting for desserts. By the way, do you remember what my research is about?
No. My research area is short stories about toilets.
Che è successo?
What's going on? What am I talking about?
Ma ha parlato tantissimo.
Oh?
Il protagonista.
What a cute hobby.
Oh!
Ah, ecco perché il giapponese va più
Vai a
lento, ok.
researchare short stories about toilets. Ah, yes.
It's crucial to mask your expression until you've ascertained the situation. If not, you'll be full of weaknesses that others can see through. Let's try again. Now, what else would you like to ask?
What did you do to me?
The dessert was tasty. I would like more.
Ma...
Che cosa c'era nella
capisco.
torta?
Why can't I say what I want to say?
Ha fatto qualcosa.
Parla solo quando non è una nostra risposta.
Sì, a quanto pare. Ho deciso così.
Recipe. Come and have a walk with me. A stroll is the most appropriate post-dessert activity. As the
Cosa c'era nella torta?
There's an
Sapremo
environment
mai.
here, just like in the no man's land I've ventured to in the past. Can you imagine a completely lifeless world? From there, you can glimpse the stars that lie at the very edge of the horizon. Following its celestial trajectory, the Great Teal Star illuminates an endless sea of white across both the sky and land. My mother and I navigated calm glaciers, looking for signs of life on that world, and encountered many bizarre phenomena. It was like finding the single correct piece in a mountain of jigsaw pieces. The process was convoluted and unimaginably difficult, but it was touching and enthralling as well. My apologies.
Per Hype io mi sono letto il suo Storia.
Don't be on edge. I bear no ill will.
Strana.
I haven't interfered with your
Dico solo
linguistic
questo.
faculties.
È un pochettino pazzo.
Polite. I merely made a
Ma
minor adjustment.
leggermente pazza, psicopatica, guarda.
Sì.
A few days ago, I made my interest in you known to Herta. My intention is for you to serve as an assistant. Based on our interactions within the simulated universe, I firmly believe you fit the bill. I find extending trust beyond myself is challenging. A single error in detailed research can generate issues, and I despise matters that escape my control. Therefore, I added anti-truth serum to this dessert.
Il contrario di cosa c'è.
Ok.
However,
Antiverità.
you'll be unable to say what you truly think when answering questions related to me. Treat it as a layer of protection. This will shield my research and your personal
Ah,
safety.
bello, ed è anche a tempo indeterminato.
Once the problems have been dealt with, I'll give you the antidote. I can also reward you as compensation for being my assistant.
Quindi o ti aiuto o sono inculato, insomma.
Tutte le risposte.
Does that bother you?
Ah, ok.
I believe we will be able to be frank with each
Stavo
other.
seriamente che tutte le risposte fossero inutili.
Cioè, quindi cosa è successo? Tipo, noi abbiamo detto una cosa, ma lui ha detto il contrario? Cioè...
It's an invention of member number 29 Circle. I hope to be enlightened by other society members' results. A surge of creativity led me to explore the cultivation of
Penso che hanno finito di scrivere la lore di tutte la Genius Society. Visto che ormai hanno cominciato a sparare nomi.
Lifeforms would be a new variety that are born as geniuses. I plan to name them after Lambda, member number 8 of the Genius Society. I don't know where it went wrong. They possess their own sentience, but are nowhere near geniuses. Moreover, my free-range approach seems to have backfired. In a lab leak incident a few days ago, some of these little life forms ran away and scattered all over the space station. I do not wish for her
Sono i gatti dell'evento?
I gatti o i cosi?
Quei cosi. Esatto. Sono i gatti. O lo swarm.
I do trust you.
Mi sa che è lo swarm.
Besides,
Vedremo.
people involved, the more problems there will be.
Ok.
Researchers are still treating these entities as visitors. I want to steer clear of making my presence known, so as not to cause undue disturbances. I entrust this to you. Once the little life forms are collected, simply find a proper place for them. The researchers in the Department of Ecology should know about this, and provide you with suitable advice.
Ok.
Ok.
One's hexachromatic position is always in flux.
Ciao.
Planning is paramount.
Sbagliato.
What? A place where the space station stores dangerous experimental results? Why would anyone want to know that? Wait, did someone send you here to try to get things out of me? I'm not doing any private business on the space station. I have absolutely no knowledge of any special hiding places. And I certainly haven't sold any rare treasures or discarded curios or anything like that. I'm not hiding anything at all. You're the sneaky one.
No, non può dire nulla riguardo a Ruan Mei, ok?
Ecco perché. Quindi se dici qualsiasi cosa con Ruan Mei risponde.
Oh, that. You've got pretty good contacts if you know that already. The space station is a mess. Everyone's already swamped as it is. And now out of nowhere there's a bunch of little creatures popping up.
Sì, sì. Più dialoghi da sentire.
del protagonista.
Più sento la voce di Stella più sono contento.
Non sarebbe bello che facesse la voce quando clicchi in dialogo.
Troppo costoso. Chissà quanti soldi gli darebbero. Non mi sa, prestio mio.
Ultimamente gli hanno fatto parlare un sacco.
There are so many people. This seems to be the place.
Ok. Comunque è bello che i protagonisti sia di Genshin che di Star Rail sono probabilmente i doppiatori meno pagati perché hanno meno linee di dialogo di alcuni NPC.
Quello di Star Rail probabilmente arriverà a sorpassare gli altri.
Let's give it a shot, shall we? First things first, we need to pick out the ingredients. we need to add some other good stuff in. But don't go overboard. And now we mix them together. Wait! It says on the recipe, Ruan Mei makes different expressions when nurturing life. Yikes. Take a look at what you just cultivated.
Ma... Vuoi vedere cosa ti esce a te?
Ruan Mei likes to listen to the space station radio during her research.
Ok.
Tu stesso, va bene.
Aspetta.
Some of us younger researchers
okay.
are her super fans. We're always scanning different frequencies to find out what her tastes are. Do you know her favorite tunes by any chance?
Ma io che ne so di Ruan Mei, ho appena incontrato.
Sì, infatti.
No idea. I just listen to comedy skits. So, I really can't say anything about her.
As expected.
Dio mio, cosa
You
sei?
look like you belong in a comedy skit yourself.
Questa frase doppiata, oh mio Dio.
Voglio vedere.
Ruan Mei, member 81 of the Genius Society.
Sì, la frase sbagliata. Cioè quella su Ruan Mei. Appena poi lì.
Vediamo.
Sono divertentissime.
Never fear, the galactic baseballer is here.
Io...
I can't even say
No, io ormai non so davvero. È bellissimo.
Ma quanti ce n'è?
Io prenderò tutte le risposte con Ruan Mei perché voglio sentire che cazzo gli esce fuori dalla bocca. È troppo bello.
Mi sa che... È la giusta parte in automatico. Forse.
Energize yourself, increase your capacity for action, and walk on the path of molten cheese tart's absolute conviction.
Our creed, molten cheese tart is the best.
Sono completamente fuori di testa tutti qua.
Praise be.
Sì, sì.
I don't know. Molten cheese tart is Madame Ruan Mei's top fan. This is how it preaches. Those who offer their love are expressing admiration and affection for Miss
Vinta del
Ruan Mei.
Trailblazer, crolla picco.
Oh, let me tell you something. Mr. Scrutham's followers are all very logical, but they're just awaiting.
Perché poi sbaglio, in sta quest ci dovrebbe essere anche Dottor Ratio.
Sì, sei obbligato a farla, se no non te lo regalano. Quindi è per forza di Trama.
You need to plaster hearts wherever Madame Ruan Mei has been. If you're sincere enough, the honorable molten cheese
Cosa devo
will
fare?
show itself.
Ok, sì, quello era obbligatorio.
I heard Madame Ruan Mei is very picky when it comes to snacks.
I don't know about her, but I love fermented herring. So, I really
Sempre tipo drogato quando... Ubriaco, non drogato, quando risponde male.
Ask about your favorites? Also, that's disgusting. What's wrong with you?
Cos'è sta roba? I graffiti? Sono tornati i graffiti?
Devi fare i disegni.
Ok.
L'attenzione del numero 1. Ma devo metterli a caso?
No, qui sopra? Paint as many as you like wherever Ruan Mei happens to go. Ok. Nel pavimento.
Ah, non l'ho visto.
Cos'è sto coso? Tanto ti ferma appena ti metti nei finché non si ferma.
Ok. Ok.
Cos'è? Un cane raviolo.
Bellissimo.
So this is the little life
Cane.
form Ruan Mei made.
I am humbled to meet the molten cheese.
Rachel Translator.
Ma
What are you frozen in place for? Oh, you don't understand the honorable tart. That's okay. No worries for situations like this. We've specifically concocted a synesthesia.
io ho la voce di Sampo in questo momento.
Wakaka! I'm a
Oh mio
genius.
Dio.
A genius among geniuses.
Oddio santo. Sente il cane con la sua voce.
That was way too risky.
Oh mio Dio. Cos'è sta roba?
Molten cheese tart says Madame Ruan Mei has finally
Molten cheese
recognized
tart.
my ingenuity. Molten cheese tart
Bellissimo.
says, does Madame Ruan Mei recognize me as a masterpiece?
Penso proprio.
Mi spiace. Molten cheese tart,
says, Madame
no.
Ruan Mei still has not recognized me as a life form that passes the requirements. I need to work harder. Oh, such an enthusiastic molten cheese tart. There's a kind of attachment reserved for the creator. To the world, you are but one person. But to me, you are the entire world. Oh, Madame Ruan Mei. Hey, you! Yes, you! Don't you have anything you want to say to Molten Cheese Tart? You should at least express how you would like to follow Molten Cheese Tart. We wouldn't want to mistake you for an agent
Ma
of
che
grave.
cazzo è sta questa?
Io boh. Like a shit.
Get lost and get as far away from here as you can.
Si è incazzato.
See, the honorable
Si è
Molten
incazzato
Cheese Tart
pure.
has always been fighting against gray bean paste in terms of flavor. The honorable Molten Cheese Tart is a firm believer that people's lives need to be optimistic. They both hope to
Perché lo trattano come fosse un filosofo quel sacchetto?
They've been working so hard. Of course. It's not like we have any followers of gray bean paste here. All the ones who came here to stir up trouble have been converted by us. They went from refusing molten cheese tart to loving it.
È una setta. Un
Sì.
culto. Un
Fixation of taste. It's genuinely puzzling. Despite molten cheese tart's remarkable qualities, why hasn't Madame Ruan Mei acknowledged it? It's clear that it yearns for her love. Love from the creator to her creation? Familiar love? Doesn't sound right. Romantic love? Definitely not. I don't know. Expecting me to
don't know.
understand love is like asking me to map the farthest reaches of the universe. Remember, as long as love is your compass, you're on the right track. And in the wise words of the Honorable Molten Cheese Tart, love must be shouted from the rooftops. That depends if the Honorable Tart agrees to it.
Però adoro che ogni frase che dice il tipo ripete sempre il nome.
Sì.
Oh? The Honorable Molten Cheese Tart has agreed.
Cosa diavolo sta succedendo?
Boh. Sono andati tutti.
Va bene.
Ma
Devo mettere in gabbia. No, devo metterlo su un cesso.
non c'è solo l'immagine, infatti.
Devo scaricarlo giù. Cosa fa? Cosa sto vedendo?
Ma...
L'ho scaricato. Oh mio Dio.
Hanno fatto un suono.
Va bene, va bene, va bene.
Io boh.
Ho scaricato giù Molten C Start.
Va bene, è successo davvero.
Va bene. Andiamo da Ruan Mei, va? Al Simulated Universe.
Boh. Fanno già male le guance.
Io non ho parole.
Herta called Screwlam and I to the space station to discuss some important topics. She also sent an invite to Steven, but he didn't reply and
Ok,
Herta didn't see
un momento.
any longer.
Che palle.
In un momento ho detto...
Prima o poi.
Ce lo fanno
And
vedere.
now, I wish for you to attend this meeting with me. I don't want Herta to worry herself over these frivolous matters, even though she probably wouldn't care anyway. Just in case, I want someone who will be on my side. In other words, you.
È perché sono drogato.
It'll be easy. Just remember, my secret stays with you, don't pry too much, and keep your expressions in check.
Faccio le meeting o semplicemente...
Herta called Screwlam and I to the space station. And now? Alright, let's go.
Ok.
Vediamo.
Dove siamo?
Ruan Mei, I've been waiting for you. Oh, you're here too?
Ok.
Looks like you two have become quite friendly.
It's good to see you, sir. Affirmation. This reunion
Non
has
uscirai
happened
mai.
earlier than my calculations predicted.
No, non uscirà mai.
Though you weren't invited, I welcome you to remember this historical moment. How long has it been since 3 geniuses were in the same room together? And how long will we have to wait for it to happen again?
Affirmative. Discounting our discussions on the simulated universe, our interactions
Bah,
are
qualche pace.
scarce. I look forward to the innovative ideas that may emerge from this juxtaposition of minds.
Let me get straight to the point. I think it's time to find another partner for the simulated universe.
You
Okay.
wish to kick Steven out?
No, le ricompense non me le faccio rubare.
No, of course not. Steven doesn't want to get involved and voted to abstain. Oh,
No!
whatever. Look, I respect the way people
Oh,
want to live,
aspetta.
but he doesn't have the chance to be involved in this
Detto
decision-making
no.
anymore.
Question.
Scusa, quindi si
Are we
trovano
introducing
un'altra
a
persona da
fifth
lavorare al
partner
Simulated
for the
Universe?
simulated universe?
Vediamo.
Yes, a 5th genius.
Ok.
The reason for our gathering is clear to everyone present.
E chi
Such a
sarebbe?
gathering of brilliant minds, except for the answer? No one can refuse the secret of the eons. Not even Xandar. We'll definitely get a response.
What if the responder is...
Vogliono invitare Xandar?
Lei ha tirato un altro nome.
That'd be great.
Sì,
Lord of Silence, are you listening? I'm member number 83, Herta, and I want to meet you.
Ma...
I believe you and I.
sta
Mi
cercando
stai
di
dicendo-
parlare con Nose, scusa.
No, con... Polka. Stavo per dire... Quindi mi stai dicendo che lei sente tutto e tutti? Quando vuole?
It's unlikely we'll hear from Polka Kakamond. She's been off the grid for
Dottor
quite some time.
Primitive, che è tipo Dottor Ricci al contrario.
Probability, member number 64, Dr. Primitive, may appear.
Ok.
Galaxy Rangers, ok.
That's a hard pass. Given Dr. Primitive's shady research practices and his tussle with the Galaxy Rangers,
Galaxy
the
Rangers.
IPC will surely turn this into a media circus. He can get lost. I'd prefer it if the simulated universe remains scandal-free. What about you,
Tanto
Ching-Tu?
casino.
Are you still in
No.
touch with her, Ruan Mei? Is she still alive?
Stanno tirando troppi nomi.
Tutti. Tutti, stanno tirando tutti.
Can we ask him to leave if we are to discuss this topic? The process will be long and boring. There's no need to take up other people's time.
Of course! You brought him in after all. It's up to you.
Mi sa che non
No, io
sapevo
voglio
mai.
rimanere.
Mi sa
Let me walk
che
you out.
non sapevo mai chi è il quinto.
No, io voglio saperlo. Fatemi rimanere.
Cosa sto guardando?
Perché c'è il... What?
Seems like a programming error.
Oh, this fragment of Ruan Mei. Have you seen it in the simulated universe before?
Tipo 2 volte in 6 pagine.
The simulated universe
Yes.
is my home.
Ma neanche quello puoi dire. Vabbè.
C'è.
I'm speaking nonsense again.
It's probably an isolated.
Ah, quindi è un segreto. Ok. Bello.
Ah, ma quindi stanno parlando dentro il Simulated Universe per rimanere...
It makes life easier. I am curious, though. Are you gonna keep it, Ruan Mei?
I probably will. Records indicate he likes this occurrence.
È vero. È vero.
I agree. As long as it helps you with your research.
Che se non succede mai.
whatever you want.
Come along. I'll see you out.
No.
Io faccio gli optional.
Sapere chi è il quinto.
Io faccio gli optional.
What's wrong?
Anch'io voglio
You're not
sapere chi è il
leaving.
quinto. Ditemelo.
Voglio sapere entrambe, però.
They are.
E ricliccherò. No, è unica.
Non puoi.
No.
Cosa hai cliccato?
È
Ci
la
sarà un
prima.
quinto?
The air in the
Allora,
Niente.
tu fai la prima, io faccio la seconda di scriverlo me.
E sono 3.
Cazzo, ce ne sono 3!
Chiedo i primitivi.
Dr. Primitive's true
Visto che
identity
l'altro
is
l'ho già
not
chiesto,
known to
allora...
me.
Cosa t'ha
His
detto?
previous transgressions against humanity lead some to conclude he may be an inorganic entity.
Che non conosce chi è.
Affirmation. All beings, organic or otherwise, should value peace.
Potrebbe non essere umano. Cioè organico. E che accetta chiunque.
Ok,
Sei
how
un-
long
che sei un-
will you be staying on the space station? Chiediamolo, dai. Ok. Voglio sapere chi è il quinto!
Seems I was overthinking things.
Però il prossimo aggiornamento del
Behavior is
Simulated
pretty
Universe.
characteristic of her after all. Thankfully, it was just a minor scare. Still, meetings give me such a headache. It seems I'll have to stay put for a while. I see that you've recovered the life form in the master control zone. Thank you. Well done. No, you misunderstand. While Herta is tied up in meetings, you might find it more convenient to roam the space station. There's some things that I must tell you now.
No, io ascolto, non ti
If I wait for the
preoccupare.
meeting to finish, then it might be too late. The retrieval of my life forms isn't complete yet. There's more than just one, and some are stored in a sealed zone. Herta uses that place to welcome visitors from across the stars, or to welcome members of the Genius Society. However, due to the Legion's invasion, it is no longer open to the public, and now my headache is stored there.
Ok.
She gave me permission and said no more. I'm giving you my access card. Give me your hand and I'll input your fingerprint into it. Stay vigilant, assistant. Should you come across a threat you can't handle, just alert me. I'll come to your aid no matter what. Remember, there is a giant incubator in the middle of the zone. That's where my headache is stored.
Ha fatto lei il
Once you're
boss
back,
enorme.
come find me on the railway platform.
Sì, l'ha
Then
creato
you'll
lei,
understand
sicuro.
everything.
Non penso succeda niente. No. Niente.
Va bene, entriamo in una nuova area allora.
All'ascensore.
Andiamo. No.
What would a sealed zone look like?
Cutscene.
Sta andando in bassissimo.
Porca puttana. Tutto buio.
È diventato un horror. Ma...
No, no, allora, senti,
Ma... Scusami. Ma... Gli sta piacendo fare le cose horror ultimamente. Faranno un gioco horror. A sto punto faranno un gioco horror prima o poi. Ma guarda la host pure tutta horror.
3 piani?
Come 3 piani? Wow.
Dov'è nella mappa? Al
Però
centro.
forse... Vediamo, si deve ancora scoprire.
Vediamo come sono, sì. Tanto sblocchiamo i cosi, ok. Ah, ci sono tesori? 11, va bene. Grossina, dai.
What's up with this unit? It looks different from the one in the master control zone.
Ciao robot rotto. Ah no, questo non è il robot rotto.
To welcome alien species, galactic visitors, high risk zone, buzz, service staff, inorganic life forms, buzz, permission status, Madam Ruan Mei, permissions granted, Madam Herta, fine, as long as it keeps her happy, buzz. Class 1 clearance zone, buzz, many esteemed guests. Buzz.
Ma quanto è alto?
Dangerous persons. Buzz. Storage.
Sa che hanno voluto chiarire che la Space Station è enorme.
Effettivamente è gigantesca.
Così possono fare altre mappe.
How can I help? Basement 1, Transit Hub. Basement 2, Shuttle, Incubator, Dangerous Curio Storage, Corridor, Danger, Welcome, Visitor.
Danger ovunque.
Conclusion, you cannot enter. Probability 50%. Other paths are open. Assessment. Seeking directions. Suggestion. Proceed to basement. Locate records of cultivation path.
Ok.
Ok.
Passa. Oh wow. Sono spaventato tantissimo.
Ok. Ma è bello! C'è il vetro!
Wow.
Quanto stiamo andando in basso?
Ma scusami. Sta scendendo il pianeta quanto stiamo andando in basso. Ma io boh.
Altro che... Ma è enorme! Che spettacolo!
Quello l'incubator?
Non ne sono sicuro.
Palla enorme. Ma che bello l'elettricità.
Perché era rotto. Che figo, è letteralmente una mappa di Dead Space questa.
Sì. Anche un po' Alien Isolation.
Ci sta un sacco, mi piace un botto.
Ok. Ok.
Poi tutta vuota.
C'è un foglio. Wow.
Flashback. Hanno le telecamere?
Sì, le telecamere.
The growth status of the two samples this time is promising. I incorporated personal taste preferences into the concept.
E quindi è arrivata la regione, hanno chiuso la zona per i danni e lei si è presa facendo esperimenti.
Sembra di sì.
They are at once cute, weak, sentimental, and sensitive. Yet are also fierce, instigating, demanding, and confident. Interestingly, they also possess a kind of inclination, a yearning for their creator. It manifests as a natural, inherent emotion, similar to that of a baby towards its mother. Life towards sustenance, or the peculiar bond
Il
between
gattino?
humans.
Huh? What's that sound out there?
C'è un cosino. C'è una cassa. Oh mio Dio,
Che
sono
bello.
adorabili.
Che bello.
Headache Ruan Mei mentioned?
Un pezzo.
It's just a different flavor.
È lui! Hashi paste!
Lui. Perché si odiano?
Uno è un cane e uno è un gatto. È adorabile!
Bellissimo. Non è possibile. Non ce la faccio a sentire il doppiatore che parla inglese così. Non ce la faccio. Wow. Wow. Quest'audio verrà usato per tanti diversi motivi.
Sì. Soprattutto quello che sto sentendo io.
Spegni quel no, spegni.
Why am I a failure?
Cosa sono sti passi? C'è un tirannosauro. Sì, cos'è sto rumore? Gatto, zitto un attimo.
I need to find a place for this little one. That sound seems to be from that locked room. How do I get in?
Cassa.
Ma è enorme sto
Entrare
posto.
qua? What? Ti puoi entrare qua? Queste porte sono chiuse? What the fuck? Che figo.
È enorme sto posto.
È gigantesco.
Ma è paura! Dio mio! E tu che è quel fumo?
Spawnato davanti!
Che paura! Ma è nuovo, è velocissimo.
Ma sono nuovi?
Sì, uno è nuovo.
Illusions of the past. I'll end your misery.
Vai Bronia! C'è new. Bronia non fa molto.
Lend me your strength.
C'è uno mega viola.
All things shift in divination.
Questo gattino
Felici
che
di sapere
canta.
che esplode come i suoi amici.
Sì. Ce ne sono tantissimi.
Ok, mettiamo il fumo.
Velocissimo.
Oh, qui c'è una chiave. Ah, ecco dove è finito lo stronzo. Ciao. È finito qui il sacchetto il sacchetto cane.
Avevo detto tipo portava da qualche parte. Ma
sono tantissimi.
Bellissimi.
Sotto c'è qualcosa? Non andiamo di sotto. Non andiamo di sotto, vai.
Non voglio sapere.
Siamo qua.
Final days that member number 23 at Cha spent in the mechanical city showed me that even the longest of lives, such as hers, have a limit. I'm certain that the outcome of this
È iper lore questa. Non cava.
Sì.
Ma questa è pura lore.
life can exist in thousands of different forms.
A parte miliardi di
The
meme.
form itself has no purpose. These life forms are very advanced in their own concepts and can even trigger chain reactions such as synesthesia. But that is not what I desire. I'm starting to feel lost. Perhaps the question, what is the essence of life, never had an answer. Member 1, Sandar. Have you ever felt this loss?
Qui è chiuso. Qui è aperto.
You are here too? Seems like this is the other end of that one-way
Guarda
path.
quanto è bella sta mappa.
Bellissimo. Molto più Space Station
Sì.
di tre altre.
Are you telling me to keep going?
Life is countless and varied in form. I firmly believe in that. Its beauty is like a myriad of flowers, and I want to pluck the one that never wilts. The patterns of all things always have complicated and enchanting exteriors, while their inner essences remain simple and plain. If we were to trace things back to their roots, just one equation would be enough to solve the confusion of all life. Ever since I was a child, I have always delighted in observing aspects of microscopic creatures, such as the speed with which slime molds devour objects. I have also gazed far and wide across the macroscopic world. I wish to discover the true essence of life, something that all individuals possess unknowingly, whether it is the materialism of their existence or an
Cosa mi dice che Ruan Mei e l'Abundance non è una buona combinazione.
To avoid blind faith in science, I cautiously raised a query.
C'è gente che dice che se diventasse un Ion sarebbe l'Ion of Origin.
Pinpointing a coordinate, I thought of one life
Sia perché si chiama Mei, sia perché è il contrario di Terminus. Finality Origin. Come su qualche altro gioco.
Ho capito, però troppo fissato sulla vita. E c'è paura. Che infarto.
Non gliene frega niente a loro.
Cioè, hanno messo il fumo dietro la porta. Preso anche a te, vedi?
Sì.
Capito com'è questa mappa? È piena di infarti, vabbè.
All things shift in divination.
Horror, dai, sono andati, hanno spinto sull'horror. No, non l'ho aperta. Vabbè, l'apro.
Il rumore di cassa, non capisco. Vabbè.
C'è l'altra parte del cesso. Vabbè. Ecco dove sono i gattini.
Sounds fitting. Stay here for a bit.
Vai, esci
Did
paste.
something just open?
Cosa succede? Ti è aperta una porta. Addio, esci paste. Goditi la vita là dentro.
Buzz. Only Madame Ruan Mei has permissions. Please submit
E c'è
your
qua
ID.
sopra.
Buzz.
Scorciatoia.
Permissions
Niente
granted.
scorciatoia.
Buzz. Select from the below services.
Ah, ciao.
1. Check historical incubation.
Ma quello di sopra? Come?
2.
Come?
Inorganic lifeform companionship chat service. This function has been damaged. Buzz.
Che me l'hai chiesto?
I thought of one life form that would truly lie beyond my reach.
Oh,
Bellissimo disegno.
bello la roba che c'ha sopra.
Sì, ormai è qui.
Aspetta, cosa?
Scusami? Siamo calmi.
Ok. Scusa, ha provato a...
Ma quindi mi stai dicendo che il coso...
È un
Ma dai.
emanator di propagation? Ha creato un emanator?
Siamo calmi. Che questa mi sa che mi spiega gli emanator.
Ah, quindi quello che stava cercando di fare è creare un genius della Genius Society.
Ma non ce l'ha fatta.
Voleva fare un emanator di erudition, non ce l'ha fatta e ha detto ok, proviamo altri path.
Replicate them, nurture them, and create a brand new scientific discipline. It is a logical decision. I will certainly succeed.
Sta donna è completamente pazza.
Sì,
Sta donna è pazza.
completamente.
Will Herta unscrew them like this experiment? Most likely not. Therefore, before they realize what I am doing, I must hurry my work, as well as find a
Ecco perché
fitting...
ci ha drogati.
Permission granted. Buzz. Select from the below services. 1. Check visitor records. 2. Open incubator entrance.
What?
Madam Ruan Mei. Buzz. Alien species. Buzz.
Oh.
Man with plaster head. Buzz.
Dottor Ratio.
Ok.
Seems like
C'è
Alien
stato anche Ratio
Species.
qua. Alien Species penso intenda lo swarm.
Sì, però ti ricordo che le fiamme e la voce
Anche.
è di cosa? È di Dusklar, mi ricordo come si chiama.
Permission granted. Buzz.
That sound's coming from above.
Oddio, vedo già. Guarda, ah già, posso fare così. Di qua. Sì.
Piano, piano, piano. Ok. Si sale? Si sale.
E vabbè, si ritorna al terzo piano. Ok. Siamo ritornati qua e ora?
Vado dall'altro lato.
Ci fa ritornare da
C'è
dove siamo
coso.
Oh! Ciao!
Wow. Sì, vabbè.
Cutscene. Vabbè. Sta giocando. Va bene, sì.
Smooth. And how will you counter it? Only an idiot would ask such a question. Just move
Ma
us here.
sta giocando con se stesso?
You look distressed. Something the matter? If that's the case, you better get thinking. Are you waiting for a sign? Time is ticking. Descend via
Ciao.
elevator.
Quindi mi sa che non lo vediamo in faccia fino
In
al 2.0.
faccia.
Sì.
C'è fino a sto banner. Ah, no, vero. No.
Vabbè, il
Non
banner.
c'era anche la... No, è vero, non c'era uno companion.
No.
Who are you?
Have you considered whether the answer to your question will be of any relevance to our current predicament? If a question
bisogno di
is of
essere
no
così
help,
cattivo.
don't ask it. Time is clearly precious to the both of us. Never mind. Allow me to clarify something. I know exactly who you are. and I'm aware you are in Ruan Mei's employ. This was not my intended destination. I just happened to find my way here during my visit and saw what she was up to.
Ok.
My goals are roughly aligned with yours. Since you're here, I won't intercede. But should you fail, I will be forced to prevent some avoidable misfortunes. That's all you need to know. Just 2 paragraphs.
Ok.
Very effective.
Quanto è narcisista! Oh mio Dio. Gli ho chiesto perché c'ha la maschera e mi ha detto non riesco a vedere gli idioti in faccia.
The real Ruan Mei's creation is hidden in the giant incubator below us. Go. Take the elevator and bear witness to this genius masterpiece.
Ok. Scomparso? Scomparso.
Sì, è andato via. Witness the big trouble. Ok, ma non è l'ascensore che abbiamo preso prima?
No, è dall'altro lato. Sa, questo scende ancora di più. Ancora di più.
Abbiamo.
Questo è quello che scende al terzo piano.
Andiamo. Primo piano, arriviamo. Ok. Ti è bloccato a... Oh!
Ah, è in diagonale, figo, fighissimo.
Oh, di sopra c'è una cassa, oh! Che...
È uscito dal... È uscito.
Sì. È scappato.
Ma quanti cutscene?
Altra cutscene. Mamma mia, quanto è bella sta questa!
Bellissimo.
Che schifo.
Ma beh.
Che roba è? Ma che schifo. Su qui.
Ma non toccare.
Ah, che schifo, Dio mio. Oh. Fissato.
Wow.
Ah, così? Va bene.
No, dovevo mettere l'altro team.
Dio santissimo, se rimanevo con Jin. Vabbè dai, sono praticamente full quantum. No, li metti
danni.
speed.
Sì, ormai mettono quando boss nuovo ti tolgono il double speed.
Quanti danni mi ha fatto?
Sì, è un po'...
Ha tolto quasi metà vita a Brony e c'ho il... No, ok, non c'è il campo attivo. No, c'ho il campo attivo!
Un po'...
Andiamo.
Va bene, ok Silverwolf. Va bene Silverwolf, ok.
Che cos'è? Multiply state.
Rilascia uno swarm ogni volta che lo attacchi? Ma è impazzito!
Hai i danni ridotti e lascia...
Cosa?
Ma siamo scemi.
Io questo non l'ammazzo. Si moltiplica anche se viene danneggiato dall'esplosione dei bimbi! Ma che è? Sono impazziti! E continua a moltiplicarsi! Silverwolf, per favore metti quanto.
Perché non ho messo Kafka?
Grazie.
What a headache.
Sono riuscito a salvarmi un minimo. Allora, come cazzo lo ammazzo?
This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength. What a headache.
Senza weakness non gli tolgo vita.
Converge and awaken. Immense creations. This combat me. This is double speed. No matter, don't mess with me. Who's next? Lend me this time. No matter. I'll free you from your chain. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Mamma, se sarà una battaglia lunga.
What a head storm. To guard and defend. Crush them. More enemies.
Stanno morendo piano piano.
And yang. Don't mess with me.
Mi piace che sta Reel non pensi a fare le fight facili di Trama.
Next. Can I have fun this time? Time for a buzz.
Devi mettere quanto per una volta.
This is double speed. You'll pay for this. Lend me your strength. I see through you. Together as one.
Ok, vediamo se riesco. Piano piano, con molta calma. Devo far fuori il tizio che esplode, se no perdo. Non morite.
What a headache.
Stanno morendo tutti.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. I'll end your misery. Who's next? This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength. Don't mess with me. A quick divination. We've entered the storm.
Ok, il tizio esplode.
To guard and defend. Crush them. I'll end your misery. You'll pay for this. Lend me your strength. I'll free you from... Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Uno.
Esistete!
Yin and yang.
Ah, buono, il boss fa Quantum Break, perfetto.
Can I have fun this time? This combat needs optimizing. This is double speed. Lend me your strength.
Forse! Oh mamma mia! Quanto ho sudato!
Crush them. What a headache.
Aspetta, ancora non è detta.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies.
Dai,
Illusions of the
ultra!
past.
Uccidilo!
And awaken. All things in human creations.
È fatta?
Sì!
Enemies.
Quanto ho sudato! E ora c'è la cazzo.
Don't mess with me. I'll end your misery. What a headache. Lend me your strength. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
No, non doveva esplodere. Ecco perché non doveva esplodere.
I'll end your misery. Who's next? This combat needs optimizing. This is double speed. We've entered enter the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Devo... cioè, mondi... Devi uomo, ok. Il ritorno, non me ne sono mai andato. Come stai messo?
Un po' male.
Mica ti messi in culo. Porca troia. No, sono messo in live.
You'll pay for this. Lend me your strength.
Non ci so, ci muoio.
I'll free you from your chains.
Ah,
Disappear among the sea of
ricordo
butterflies.
dov'è che mi avevi
Illusions
visto.
of the past.
No, ma lo stesso.
I'll end your misery.
Sì, era dicembre scorso, era l'anno scorso, madonna.
Who's next? Can I
Vabbè.
have fun this time? A quick divination.
Si può togliere quel coso?
Cosa?
Creation.
Scudo.
No, devi aspettare.
Cioè, nel senso, non è mai il suo turno.
No, non è mai. No, devi aspettare che se ne vada solo.
Oh, finalmente. Posso fare la strage.
And yank. This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength. I'll end your misery.
Tutto bene, va tutto bene.
Disappear among the sea of
Gioco sta
butterflies.
dritta.
Illusions of the past.
Dalle
Vinto.
L'hai fatta? Ok, perfetto.
Ok.
I'll end your misery.
1600, cosa mi serve dall'Ember?
This combat.
Soldi?
This is fellow speed.
Abbastanza.
I see through you.
Oddio, 1 milione e 2. Vabbè, sì, dai. Va bene, grazie di essere passato.
Enter the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Adios.
No matter. More enemies. You'll
Ce l'hai
pay for
fatta,
this.
vabbè.
Sì.
Lend me your strength.
Fai fuori, ultimo!
1%. Ah no, ok.
Scriptato.
Sì.
Bellissima ragazzi.
Wow.
Esplosa.
È arrivata lei?
After 56 seconds, the creature was unable to sustain its own existence
Un
and
fallimento allora.
vanished as if it had never been born. The threat is over.
È morto da solo, è
Going.
imploso.
Sì.
Andiamo da Mei.
Is it over?
Cosa molto strana da dire su Star Rail, ma
Need to get some answers out of Ruan Mei.
si va da Mei.
Non penso sia finita.
Mm.
È durata poco.
È durata molto poco.
Cioè, penso ci sia la parte le fiamme. Ancora.
The meeting of geniuses is over.
Non me lo dici! Ma sei stronza!
Universe.
Dimmi chi è il quinto!
Isn't important.
Non lo sapremo mai.
What's important is your task.
Non lo vuole
You
dire.
look upset, correct? I regret my actions. There's no defending what I've done. Time and again, my experiments have fallen short, and they've always yielded predictable results. I made a clone, but it
Ha provato a creare un emanator, ma è morto sotto il tuo stesso potere.
exactly as predicted. 56 seconds on the dot. Restrained by time and place, its code of life could only be considered an incomplete attempt. I managed to replicate the moment it was born. However, it would soon disappear and be reduced to particles. Like every living being, it inevitably faced its demise as it journeyed towards the end. I find no fault in that. However, even the briefest life should have meaning. I want to know the limits of its capacity. It will indicate how far I've gone in a field completely incomprehensible to me. And it was a minuscule step, just as I had predicted. Indeed, this is how I keep the distractions at bay. I have to admit that research once made me obsessive. That wasn't a good period in my life. Though now I navigate it much more smoothly. I must admit, I'm not fond of scenarios where everything aligns perfectly with my expectations. An experiment should have its unforeseen twists. That's where the joy lies. Even the most predictable storylines can have their pleasant surprises. I have to admit that these little ones born in the process sometimes move me. I see a human-like response in them.
Poveri.
It is a concept completely opposite to that of divinity. They have emotions. Emotions may be either positive or negative. However, the love rooted in the depths of their heart is eternal and unchanging. They are still a long way from becoming geniuses, and are therefore unable to discern whether this love is one of friendship, romance, or familial love. That being said, can even geniuses tell the difference? I cannot, at least. I do not understand what love is, and cannot respond to their feelings. Do you believe my actions were wrong? There's no need to tell me your answer. I just felt like asking the question. How should I take care of them? Perhaps leaving them at the space station is the best choice. Do I seem irresponsible? I'm sorry. I am often at a loss as to how to face my own creations. The effects of the anti-truth serum will also wear off.
Okay, era tempo.
If others mention me to you in the future, you can answer however you like. Or even pretend you never knew me. After all, your memory of me will soon dissipate like smoke. Over time,
Ma scusami.
Surface. Past traumas, which I'd rather leave behind, have made me skeptical about trusting anyone but myself. If I do not want a secret revealed, the most foolproof way is to destroy it. The anti-truth serum will make you forget the brief period we spent together. It won't take effect immediately. It is a slow, intangible process, like the sweet fragrance of lotus leaves, plum blossom, sticky rice, and frosting sugar. Perhaps you'll remember someone performed selfish experiments on the space station, but you will no longer remember their identity. Perhaps we'll meet again someday, but you won't be able to connect me with the recollection. That way, the connection between life forms will be erased. Friendships, secrets, grudges, lies, all will disappear. It will make our lives more relaxing. I believe you. Screwlum will stay on the space station for a while longer. He and Herta still have problems they need to solve. As for me, I'm leaving soon and won't bother with goodbyes.
Quindi chi è il quinto?
Non saprò mai.
Remember the no man's land I mentioned? I'm considering a solo trip back there during my research downtime, just to see how things are. I miss member number 55 Yu Qingtu sometimes. She used to always make something delicious for me to drink every time we parted ways. I hope I won't meet member number 4 Polka Kakamond. That would be quite troublesome. Who knows when the next gathering of geniuses will be? Do you have anything else you want to say to me? I find that difficult to answer. I thank you, Mr. Assistant. If fate allows and you're interested, upon our next meeting, We could journey to no man's land and traverse its tranquil glaciers.
Ho capito.
Though I suppose it wouldn't be no man's land anymore. What a conundrum.
Sono pochi i pianeti che vedremo, quindi.
Un'altra cutscene.
Eh sì. Bellissimo. Ma finito così presto. Finito molto presto.
Trice ha fatto. Eccomi.
C'è il continuo.
C'è il continuo!
Sono due. Sono due.
Sono due.
Sono due.
Anche perché non c'è stata la scena di asta.
Sì.
Sono due. Si continua allora.
Ok, questa è la missione secondaria. L'evento.
One's hexachromatic position is always in flux. Planning is paramount.
Ah, questo è quello dell'evento dei gatti lì?
Penso di sì.
Ah, è vero che diceva che dovevi finire la missione per poterla fare. Vabbè, allora dai, speedrun questa tanto. Ok. Ok. Quando ci sei, si inizia la parte 2.
Qua, quando finisce la conversazione, ok. Di nuovo.
Vabbè.
Feel like déjà vu. Un video?
What?
Ma
vabbè, buonasera.
This is an urgent
Sì,
broadcast.
va bene, ciao.
The great Madame Herta, member 83 of the Genius Society, has been targeted in an attack at the space station.
Ma siamo
Her
scemi.
current whereabouts are unknown, with no group having stepped forward to claim responsibility. Many Heritors are upset at the ineptitude of upper management, having issued strong protest and condemnation.
wow, puoi rifare partire, figo.
Va bene.
Bello, hanno messo i video nei messaggi, incredibile. Ok. Quindi?
Sì, quindi ufficio di Erta. E non c'è. Oi oi. Sono cacato addosso. Cristo santissimo.
Ma, ok. Stessa cosa.
Ancora?
Ma, boh, vabbè, ci sono più cutscene che dialoghi. Ci sono più cutscene che dialoghi.
This was a premeditated attack.
Conclusion. Their target was the space station. But their strategies are still unknown to
Hanno
us.
attaccato anche il Trailblazer?
Ah, non c'ha la...
Which is
Oh, ciao!
precisely why we need him.
Wow.
The last to lay eyes on Herta's puppet before the attack was him.
Completamente impazziti comunque. Completamente.
And you are?
This is Dr. Ratio of the Intelligentsia Guild, a delegate from the IPC.
Ok.
He's only just woken up. Dazed. May need a few pointers.
Vabbè, ok.
Piccoli angelici ogni volta che parlo.
Ah, we cross paths again. Do you remember me? Of course. Why would you? Memory is such a fickle thing, after all.
Mr. Trailblazer, you must have many
Quindi
questions.
già non si ricorda più male.
Please be patient. Asta will explain it all to you.
You probably know the gist of things already. A few system hours ago, one of Madame Herta's puppets was attacked by an unknown perpetrator. We don't know the location of the puppet, and we can't pinpoint its signal.
Ok.
Gli hanno rubato il puppet,
She's
basta.
away on a visit. This issue didn't seem to trouble her much.
She received an invitation from the IPC before the attack occurred.
Ah, the technology department. Charming little place, isn't it? Madame Yabuli does possess some semblance of competence, but her subordinates? Oh, they're a riot.
Io mi sento come quando è iniziato Star Rail che tiravano numi a mani.
Sì, chi è Yabuli?
They want to start some new collaborations with Herta, and have graciously extended an invite for me to play the role of science consultant. It's delightfully amusing. I can't wait to witness firsthand how these geniuses from the so-called Super Smart Club squander the IPC's vast resources.
Mi piace che la prima parte sono due quest, una su Mei e una su Radio. Bellissimo.
This attack was timed a little too well. I can't help but wonder if someone leaked this information, and the attackers seized the opportunity. Herta's aloof response to these juvenile provocations? Almost as intriguing. What a delightful little puzzle.
I've long heard that you're one of the best researchers in the guild, Dr. Ratio. We are honored to have your assistance.
Save your flattery. Time is hardly a luxury we can squander. To debate the merits of mere mortals in the company of an actual genius? Quite the paradox, if you ask me. Excuse me, you. Tell me, what were you doing the last time you saw that puppet?
Ok.
Don't play the fool. Think.
I think I was.
Tutto a posto?
I need your help with something else. That curio's gone missing, and I can't just forget about it. Go find it for me when you have the
Ovviamente non
time.
ci dice cos'è.
I'm sure you can manage that, can't you? Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's
Va bene.
alive, but it doesn't have a body. Send me a signal when you see traces of it.
I think she mentioned something important, but I can't remember. If only there were some hints. Then maybe...
Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit. Go ask Asta if he wants someone to help you.
Ok.
My memory is kind of hazy. What did I do after that? This is what I recall before I met Herta, but I can't remember some of the details. Let me try to remember the conversation with Asta.
curio that's alive but doesn't have a body. Sorry, but nothing comes to mind. Maybe the researchers at the departments of ecology or insight may have an idea? Hinkle and are around here somewhere. I'd
Perché non si ricorda per... Strano.
Asta seems to have mentioned two names. Two researchers from the departments of ecology and insight.
Those despicable villains are distorting the truth online. Ugh. If I discover who's behind this, they're gonna wish they'd never crossed me. A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body? Isn't that just a jinx? Oh, nowadays people call them wubbaboos?
Ok.
A wubaboo.
Well, I might be the Department of Ecology head, but I'm not the most knowledgeable person when it comes to curios. Adler would be of more help, but he's been investigating some paranormal phenomenon. I haven't seen him all day. I must say, it's a little embarrassing for the space station to be in such disarray.
Bene, andiamo dal bambino.
We've been through a huge crisis and are still recovering. But there are some who are trying to exploit the chaos to agitate the workforce. People are growing more and more distrustful of the management here. It's probably turned into a big headache for Asta to... Never mind, I shouldn't be telling you this. It's something that we researchers need to resolve ourselves. Pretend I didn't say anything.
Adler. Right. Then I ran into Arlen.
Cosa?
Questo coso.
Adler was with them.
Ok.
Sa che è diventato un investigativo questo.
E mi sa.
And was that... Adler was with Arlen. They were involved in some sort of incident.
What? He went to the scene alone with Peppy? How could you let him?
Calm down, Brother Arlen. I know you're upset.
We're walking the dog.
We're having a walk.
Like I said, we're walking the dog.
So I'm the dog?
They seem to be hiding something.
Is there something you
Ok.
Oh, really? What a coincidence. We're looking for him, too. That kid sure is brave, running straight to the scene on his own. No danger. Of course he's not in danger. Brother Arlen, I can't keep this up anymore.
Can you leave the talking to me next time? Let's walk and talk. Why are you looking for Adler?
Da quanto tempo è che vedo sta mappa senza il wubaboo gigante?
See, he'll be able to help.
Ok.
Divento invisibile. Passa la paura. No, bimbo, non lì.
Careful. The fragmentum in this area is very unstable.
Vabbè, un nemico base.
Over there. As I thought, he's in trouble. Let's go.
Ah, il giallo finalmente si è tolto.
What a headache. Lend me your strength. I'll free you from disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. A quick divination. Together as one. Human creations. No matter. Can I have fun this time?
Sarebbe davvero bello, Silver, se mi metti la debolezza giusta.
Non lo farà mai. Neanche aveva.
Lend me your strength.
Visto che ci sono 3 Quantum e un Wind, non mi mettere 2 turni di fila Wind, grazie.
Don't mess with me. Who's next?
Stessa cosa è successa mentre fightavo il coso grosso prima.
This combat needs. This is double speed. What a headache.
Ok, è morto il tizio. Vado un secondo al bagno.
Vabbè.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Peppy, are you okay?
Dai.
Possiamo andare.
That's me. What's up?
He wants to ask you something about curios. I'll leave you to it. Adler, Peppy's in your hands now. Oh, about that investigation I asked for.
Don't worry. I think I figured something out. Catch you later.
Ok.
I figured you'd come to me too.
Okay, Adler.
I'm sorry. The situation is very delicate.
Just as I thought. I vaguely remember that Arlen said more.
Non ho capito. Ok. Funzionato.
So, which curio do you want to know about? That's all you got? Too abstract. Well, there's beauty in the abstract, I guess. Have you asked the Department of Ecology head? Huh, she's not wrong. But that doesn't feel entirely right either.
Huh? What did I say?
Huh. Now that you mention it, I have a wild hypothesis. But it needs verifying. Let's call it a day. Wait for me. I'll be in touch.
Adler seems to have gotten a lead, but what was the information I forgot?
Ok.
Let's go over it from the start.
Che casino.
Ho voluto farla così.
Quindi devo ritornare a prima.
I may have overlooked something. Right. Asta mentioned another name. My memories of Arlen and Adler are hazy.
Ci sono minimo 3 aree.
Ok.
Parli con la gente per scoprire le cose.
Che strano sta missione.
How's it going? Did you find the information you're after? I see. Is that what Hinkle and think? At least that counts as a lead. See? My researchers are pretty outstanding. Just business as usual, nothing to worry about. After the Legion's invasion, the space station has been under constant scrutiny. Physical damage can be easily repaired, but it takes a long time to heal the wounds in people's hearts. Some researchers have been questioning the management and security of the space station ever since the invasion. Things had settled down a bit with the reconstruction efforts, but the researchers' disappearances have rattled them again. Yes, 4 researchers have inexplicably disappeared in a matter of days. No exit logs, no traces. People were just starting to regain their footing after the catastrophe. I didn't want panic to spread, so I suppressed the reports and told the security department to investigate in secret. However, as you can see, it's hard to keep secrets in a sardine can like this. Rebuilding trust is harder than establishing it in the first place. I'm concerned someone's pulling strings to sway public opinion. Anyway, the most important thing is to get to the bottom of the disappearances. That's okay, but thank you for the offer. Aren't you helping Madame Herta with something already? Oh, by the way, I heard about the thing mentioned, and I'll look into it too. I'll find a way to solve the problem for the space station.
So I did consult someone else other than Hinkle. The only thing I remember is that They're from the Department of Insight. The other person should be from the Department of Insight. I need to remember who it is.
Sei mutato o sei preso come...
No, sto leggendo.
Ok.
Cercando di capirci qualcosa.
The other person should be from the Department of Insight. Identifying that person is crucial. It could be the key to making sense of everything.
Hey, what brings you here, Rich? It's been so long.
I'm not that wonderful. I'm just okay.
It's all taken care of. As long as the money's there, it's all good. Here's the account you asked for. It's legit and secure, allowing you to connect straight to the intranet.
Sure. Can I help you with something?
Oh, you flatter me. I'm just a peddler doing a little business on the side. Small scale. Best left under the table. But if you ever make it big in the guild, don't forget your help.
Again? How many times has it been? You're really pushing my button.
Here too. My memories are just did my memory piece together irrelevant information? Now I remember. The other person is Emily. She was at the base zone.
Okay.
What did Emily say?
I say, what a wonderfully intelligent-looking young lady.
I'm not that wonderful. I'm just okay.
No need to be modest. At my age, you get a feel for intelligent. Though I confess I did hear someone say you were the shining star of the Department of Insight.
Sure. Can I help you with something?
See this material here? People are so inconsiderate. How's someone like me supposed to make out the small print? I'm not getting any younger, and my eyesight is failing. Do you think you...
Again? How many times has it been? You're really pushing my buttons.
Oh, another smart-looking youngster. Wonderful. It's about time.
Buonasera. Va bene.
Huh. Asta told you to find me? A curio that doesn't
Dove ci
have
sta
a body
mandando
but
sta roba?
is alive. Isn't the Department of Ecology
No, leggi quello che viene dopo.
However, I've heard of such a
Se ci fanno andare pure là, guarda.
who came back from a business trip said that the Cienjo Alliance has life forms like... don't get me wrong. I was merely relaying information. I didn't mean I'd help you. The atmosphere on the space station has been getting stranger lately.
The Cienjo species Emily mentioned seems to be what inspired Adler.
Ok.
The disappearances Asta mentioned are likely related to Arlen's investigations too. The Cienjo species Emily mentioned.
I figured you'd come to me to uncover. I'm sorry.
Just as I thought.
Ok. Scusa tu prima, mi pare.
I'm sorry. The situation is very delicate. I can't say anything except that it's a secret mission. How did you know? I see.
Ok, ma tutto questo per dirci...
Tell that Lady Asta was feeling the pressure?
Vediamo.
I'll be honest with you.
Scusa, cosa?
It's been tough.
Aspetta, deve aver letto male.
Didn't capture anything regarding the researcher's disappearance.
Devo aver letto male.
There's only one clue. Adler observed that the automatic virus suppression system was momentarily
Va
activated
bene,
around the time
ok.
disappearances occurred. That means that every victim's disappearance was accompanied by some inexplicable fire. When we made visits to the scenes, some of the witness testimony seemed to agree with this. The words they used were
Ma
combustione. Va bene. Sono andati a fuoco. Ok.
Have you asked the Department of Ecology? She's not. She's not wrong. But that doesn't feel entirely right either.
Ma vaffanculo.
That's right. They're called
Ah.
You
Ok.
could say that
Va,
Woobaboos
vai.
and Heliobi are sort of like cousins. Both are types of energy life form.
Ok.
Now that you
Che c'è un
mention it,
Eliobi sulla
I
navicella,
have a
scusa.
wild hypothesis, but it needs verifying. Let's call it a day. Wait for me. I'll be in touch.
Spontaneous
Oh, oddio, combustione spontanea, è vero.
That's most likely the
Gli Eliobi quando lasciano un host mandano a fuoco il corpo.
Let me no, not this road.
C'è un Eliobi sulla nave? Mi sa.
Sono mangiato un dialogo perché mentre
I
pensavo.
need to go over it from the start. Starting with the conversation I had with Herta.
Ok.
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's an...
Ok.
Send me a signal when you see traces of
Energy
it.
life forms.
I think she mentioned something. If only there were some hints.
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's an
Okay.
energy life form. It's alive, but it doesn't have a body. Send me a signal when you see traces of it. That's not the point. I wouldn't be bothering with it if it didn't have something to do with the
Okay,
Genius
quindi.
Society. Anyway, keep up the good work.
Quindi finisci
I
il
need to
dialogo,
go out for a
leggiamo per
bit.
bene.
Go ask Asta if you want someone to help you.
Ora che dovrebbe essere
Vai.
finito il documento. Allora, Herta assigned me to find a certain lost curio, which is a kind of energy life form related to the Genius Society. Seems that I may need Asta's help. I found Asta, but she didn't seem to know much about it either. Fortunately, Inkel of the Department of Ecology and Emily of the Department of Insight are nearby, which is more or less a clue. Inkel is troubled by the confidence crisis within the space station, and Asta must be under considerable pressure. We had a brief chat, and she speculated that what Herta is looking for might be Woobaboos. But this conclusion may be inaccurate. In the end, Inkel suggested that I look for Adler. Apparently, he is the one person who knows the most about curios in the Department of Ecology. In addition to Inkel from the Department of Ecology, I also asked Emily from the Department of Insight for clues about the missing curio. She told me that apparently there are similar life forms in the Shanzo Alliance. The issue of the confidence crisis since you mentioned concerned me a little. Asked and I chatted about this topic, and I unexpectedly learned that there had been a series of researcher disappearances on the space station recently. I ran into Arlan on my way to find Adler. He seemed to be looking for Adler too, so I decided to go with him. Adler was saved by us when he was attacked. I explained what my intentions were, and he said that the Woobaboos suspected by Inkel of the Department of Ecology and the Helioboos that Emily of the Department of Insight heard about were both energy life forms, which gave him some kind of revelation. Arlan was secretly investigating something. After saving Adler, I tried to get to the bottom of things, but he seemed to be hiding something. I did some poking around, and sure enough, he was investigating the disappearance researchers that Asta mentioned before. With Adler's help, he discovered that every disappearance was caused by an instance of spontaneous human combustion. Herta assigned me to investigate energy life forms similar to Woobaboos and Heliobi. The spontaneous human combustion occurring among the researchers is also a thorny problem, but Adler already seemed to have a bold conjecture. His intuition was very accurate and it seemed that he was looking forward to something. Ok.
Ok.
Al presente.
È stato bello, un po' lunghetto, ma bello.
Mhm.
I commend your stamina for recounting that interminable
Si è annoiato pure lui.
must be exhausted. My ears certainly are. So, to sum it up, the last time you laid eyes on Herta was in her office. She sent you on a wild goose chase for some trinket, the curio. after which you knew nothing else until Lady Asta contacted you. If that's the narrative you're sticking to, then indulge me. Who, pray tell, can substantiate this captivating drama?
Asta?
A second-hand account. She wasn't at the scene. Hearsay hardly counts as compelling evidence, now does it?
Affirmation. We can ask Herta herself.
Okay.
Well, if you lace up those boots and start sprinting now, you might just catch the IPC shuttle in 4 system hours. But as it stands, not a single soul can corroborate his story.
Mr. Ratio, your style of questioning would seem to have a preconceived bias.
Apologies, it's an unfortunate habit of mine. When one is immersed in academic research, skepticism comes far more naturally than belief. It is also the most efficient method, judging from my experience, seeking answers with a negative hypothesis.
Ah, quindi ora prende fuoco Asta? È quello che sta per succedere?
It can still help us reach the truth.
Prendono fuoco i ricercatori, penso di sì.
Truly innocent, we can clear his name with answers.
Ma
based on your story,
hanno usato
l'hanno riutilizzato? Oh mamma.
Sure, but you're the one saying the curio in question is ordinary.
Say what you want to say.
A correct observation, if I may add.
Herta's collection. An endless trove
ok, si prova tutto.
And the assignment involves a curio that
Herta didn't mention the name of the curio. However, she did give the
true. You wouldn't.
No.
Why do I feel like?
And the assignment, Herta's collection.
I doubt Herta is
based on your story. You met with Herta because and the Herta's collection.
I doubt
no.
And the Herta's collection.
E anche qui niente.
The curio isn't the point.
Ecco, trovato.
Herta was only addressing it because of its relation to the Genius Society.
I would imagine the curio is the creation of
non mi ricordavo più come funzionava il meccanismo. Prima devi fare di difesa finché non trovi il momento giusto.
That seems logically sound. Then you said you asked Asta for help with the lost curio.
Yes, to get more information about the curio. I didn't get a direct answer, but Asta recommended I seek out a researcher who could help.
Then you said, however, she decided to hold her tongue.
Mr. Ratio, it's because...
I'm asking him, lady. Your testimony went out the window the second you started being secretive. However, so what's the story?
Asta isn't trying to hide anything. It's because of her position. Some things shouldn't be said in the open.
What could be more important than Herta's safety?
I agreed for Mr. Ratio to become involved in this. I should consider him one of us. It's okay. You can tell him.
So what's the story? Are you full of fanciful fiction? Or is it...
I remember now.
No.
That's enough So what's the story? Are you full of fanciful...
The space station has been very distrustful of its higher management. Ever since the Antimatter Legion's invasion. Another severe incident would further intensify suspicion. And cause great internal strife.
Oh. So that explains why
Hello,
Asta
in chat.
approved of my participation.
Buon salve e auguri passati, sì.
After all, the Intelligentsia Guild's representative wouldn't be linked to the space station, but would still share the IPC's position. They wouldn't be partial to anyone, but would still act for the space station's benefit. 2 birds with 1 stone. Researchers' disappearances, you say?
Continua.
Yes.
Ok, continua.
Of sorting out that mess has been thrust upon.
Yes. I ran into Arlen when looking for Adler.
Adler?
A level 2 researcher. According to the Department of Ecology head, he knows more about curios than anyone else.
Well, did he enlighten you?
Adler seemed to have an idea at the time, but he never contacted me again.
Researchers' disappearances, clearly though. It bears no connection to Herta's puppet being...
No connection? I disagree. There should be evidence linking them together. If I
Clearly though, it cut the act. You're perfectly...
Doubt me all you like. I'm just an outsider who got unexpectedly dragged into this. You and I are no different. We both stumbled into this, but you decided to assume the role of interrogator.
Oh? Cut the act. Clearly, though, it bears no connection to Herta's puppet being attacked.
No. If I recall correctly, Asta said,
Può
one
essere
of
successa
Madame
la
Herta's
stessa cosa che ai
puppets was
ricercatori.
attacked by an unknown perpetrator. We don't know the location of the puppet, and we can't pinpoint its signal. Don't know the location. Isn't that the same as missing?
She did say that, but then what? You need to provide evidence to show incidents are linked.
There should be evidence. Arlen discovered something odd when he was investigating the disappearances. The space station's automatic fire suppression system was momentarily activated around the time the disappearances happened. Arlen mentioned that each victim disappeared due to spontaneous combustion.
Huh. But there are no signs of a fire anywhere in the space station.
That's what's so odd about it. But this information has an additional layer of importance. This may not be direct evidence, but if the system also recorded the fire suppression system activating when the puppet was attacked, then there's ample evidence to indicate that these two cases are linked.
If these two incidents were caused by the same person, then the suspicion put on you would decrease, provided that this fire suppression record does exist in the system.
We'll see in the main control room. Let's go.
Ma...
È arrivato? È arrivato.
Heritage News Flash. This is an urgent broadcast. I repeat, this is an urgent broadcast.
Sì, l'hanno detto nel trailer, c'era la sua voce.
The Annihilation Gang has claimed responsibility for the incident and warned of further activity. The Guild has expressed utmost condemnation.
What
the gods in the starry skies have abandoned the world. They give no thought to the masses. Only the wounded savior can bathe the world in the firelight of destruction. Yet always there are cowards trying in vain to reject their favor and escape the wounds. Flee then. Flee as far as you can. No matter the distance. Annihilation.
Sicurante.
Find you.
Bello.
Molto rassicurante.
Sì, lui è parte della Destruction. Non mi ricordo.
Sì.
Vabbè, sì, è parte della Destruction.
This is...
Quella senza senso. La parte della Destruction senza senso.
Declaration of war. And an announcement of what's to come. They have set their sights on you. The Legion's impact remains. And the Annihilation Gang is already paying a visit. It almost seems like this space station is more suited for the path of destruction than erudition.
This Duke Inferno Ifrit is a life form that hails from Fatora, a world long since destroyed. His race, the ever-burning fire demons, regard Nanook as their emperor and savior, but the Eon has never cast their gaze upon them.
A group of pitiful lunatics. I like Dr. Primitive's assessment of them. The value Nanook sees in the Annihilation Gang is perhaps far less than one might see in a child who deliberately broke a vase. The fire demons have a cruel temper and instinctively ignite and destroy items. Ifrit is particularly evil and cruel, even among his kin. The Everflame mansion he heads is even the arch-enemy of the Brotherhood. Despite both groups
Gepella è il pianeta con i furri del trailer di Miria Celestia di Kafka. Quello dove abbiamo visto per la prima volta Sam. Ok, interessante.
I've heard that name somewhere.
On the Stellaron Hunters wanted posters, they stand accused of the Gepella Rebellion, the uprising that caused the downfall of the Brotherhood.
Madonna, è tornata nella storia sta roba.
The Gepella Palace crumbled in the scorching flames, and Ifrit's power
Ma quindi non è colpa degli Stellaron. Loro sapevano che sarebbe arrivato Duke Inferno. Non è colpa degli Stellaron di per sé. Con lo script sapevano che sarebbe arrivato.
Già.
Wow, un trailer di Trama.
The disappearance of researchers and the puppet were all part of the plan. And after that video will soon circulate. And this station's fate? Flames.
The destruction of trust.
I'm afraid more than trust will be destroyed here. You need to start acting now if you want to survive.
La cosa è, lo vedremo in carne e ossa o solo nel video?
Mi sa che un teaser per la 2.0, vedremo. Cioè, il modello no, non penso.
You have a superior strategy? Pray tell, do we set the two of them loose, turning whispered fears into full-blown pandemonium?
If we did that, we'd be at a disadvantage. I'll stay here and try to contain the news as best I can. Please, investigate the issue quickly.
Ok.
Sto strano dove buttarci, ma va bene.
C'è un trotter.
Allora.
Faccio dopo, dai. Mi ha portato dal boss.
One's hexachromatic position is always planning is paramount.
Not good. This is serious. The security department will do whatever we can to help you.
A list of the missing researchers and their details.
Sure, but the security department already combed through their backgrounds and personal relationships. We didn't find anything odd. The Annihilation Gang are a group of die-hard thugs. They might be attacking indiscriminately.
A list of the missing researchers and their details.
Okay.
Take it. Remember these names. Find a friend who's tuned into the gossip around here and tell them you want to know the relationship between these people. I don't know. That depends on your friend.
Oddio.
Ok.
Me la ricordo sta qua?
Io no.
Sì. Che le voleva le foto di Imeco.
Ah, sì, ok. Ok.
What else do you need me to do?
Take me to the one who knows the most about curios within the Department of Ecology, if you would be so kind.
He
disappeared
too. I didn't really notice at first. Adler's difficult to get a hold of at the best of times. But it's been a few system hours, and I still can't reach him. Even the surveillance cameras can't find any trace. The last time I saw him was in the Master Control Zone. He was with Wen Sherling from the Department of Implement Arts.
Lead the way. You said Adler was on the verge of a discovery, yet couldn't confer his knowledge. Intriguing and frustrating, to say the least. If his disappearance is also related to the case here, then maybe he really did stumble upon something important.
True. The keywords that got Adler thinking were energy life forms. Duke Inferno is also an energy life form.
Okay.
Coincidence? We need to investigate this.
Dan?
È la nostra fonte di intel.
Va bene, arriva Dan. Ok.
L'ho visto sparire?
Fine, disappear. I don't ever want to see your face again. Adler, he disappeared.
Okay.
He's been acting really weird recently. Always researching stuff like spontaneous combustion, supernatural activities. He doesn't even answer me when I speak to him. He was talking to himself.
What did he talk about?
He kept saying the word phrase.
Phrase.
Who said I want him back? But if you want to find him, he was reading this booklet the last time I saw him. I don't know exactly what he's searching for, but I hope it can help you.
Okay.
Pamela, hai qualcosa?
Your countenance suggests tragedy. So the researchers who disappeared were at the forefront of challenging management. Isn't that a curious puzzle piece? I finished browsing through this booklet while you were replying to messages. It recorded the lives of a few Genius Society members. I'd say it contains some interesting information. It's time to go back and chat with Lady Asta and Mr. Screwman.
Lo voglio anch'io quel libretto, scusami,
Sto capendo.
Neanch'io. Ok. Credo. Ok, torniamo alla seclusion area.
You're back.
Oh, ciao.
I've been monitoring the dark web. I barely managed to stop the video from spreading. The incident hasn't grown any bigger, for now. How are things with you?
Perché siamo nella Roma?
Less than promising. Or to use a different phrase, we're in deep trouble. We're running out of time. Let's retrace our steps and evaluate the situation. From the data we've collected, there are 3 avenues we can explore. First, Adler's disappearance. He must have come across some vital information.
Delineation.
You think that Adler's discovery drew the enemy's attention?
Indeed. And I already know what he found. First, Adler's the next angle is what the victims have in common. Distasteful as that discussion may
Distasteful discussion.
Bene, qui
A mere
niente.
glance at their background would indicate they share no commonalities. However, after browsing through their online records, you discover they all wield influence on the space station's dark web. Lady Asta must know what this means. The next angle, last, is the abilities of Duke Inferno and the secret of spontaneous human combustion. You probably already know about this. The fire demon of Fetora, the Duke of the Annihilation Gang. There is another secret with Ifrit. Last is the abilities of Duke Inferno and the secret of spontaneous.
Quindi li teletrasporta, che non teletrasporta giusto, però sposta di piano
The flickering tongues of Duke Inferno's fire carrying a certain property, and this property is the secret behind spontaneous human combustion. Look, the answer is right there. This booklet describes a kind of fire that can phase through dimensions, claiming it burns through worlds, leaving numerous scions of flame behind.
It's the phase flame, the creation of member number 29, Sir Carl.
Tra l'altro, Phase Flame non è quel cosino che avevamo portato in vita la scorsa quest.
However, she lived for a mere 29 days on the human calendar. Such a pity. The phase flame shifted into a different phase as soon as it was created. When it returned to this phase, Sir Carl had already passed away. It then continued to shift through phases, making its capture impossible.
This booklet describes a kind of fire. The kindling of this unique flame must be the missing curio that Hurt has been searching for. And Duke Inferno is evidently spawned from it.
Somebody was once able to glimpse the traces of the phase flame and obtained a wisp of its kindling. Herta kept it and lent it to Ruan Mei for her research, but the kindling was lost in the process. If Ifrit is a scion of the phase flame, then the entire incident is now clear as day.
The kindling of this... I fear that this is the truth Adler discovered. Undoubtedly, the curio Herta asked to find was the phase flame. And Adler already discovered the relationship between spontaneous human combustion and the phase flame through the concept of energy life forms. I fear that this is the truth Adler discovered.
Questo.
When Schurling said, Adler kept... I believe this word was actually... As a scion of the phase flame, Duke Inferno would naturally share similar capabilities. Full-on phase shifting may be a bit too ambitious for him, but teleportation, that's likely more his speed. That is the truth of the spontaneous human combustion. The researchers didn't disappear. They were moved.
Dove?
We don't know where the victims went.
Esatto.
But Duke Inferno's plan is now clear.
Dove sono?
Consecutive disappearances provided the best
L'unico
environment
modo per
for
scoprirlo
chaos to fester.
è bruciare, suppongo.
Once the seed of unrest has sprouted, he will then send out an announcement for an imminent attack. It will push the crisis from the dark into the light, catalyzing it into new growth and bloom. The next step would be to ignite the spark. Look at those researchers who disappeared. What would happen if someone realized their similarities? I need say no more.
Quindi li ha fatti sparire perché erano quelli rivoltosi. Così la gente dice, ma li state facendo sparire?
Mi sa.
We're running out of time.
Comunque adoro che Distraction non sono tutti distruggiamo tutto, ma tipo distruggere dall'interno tutto. Come ha provato a fare anche Fantilia.
Mercury spia, sì, sta succedendo.
Infatti, guarda un po'.
This...
No, it isn't enough.
Indeed, it needs one more spark.
What do you mean?
If you limit your involvement to this, there's still room for excuses. If it were me, I wouldn't give you the chance.
È una scena.
Mi sa. E ora brucia. Sparita.
Asta was merely teleported. Her life was not in danger.
Sì, ho capito, te le porti fuori dalla cosa muore.
Esatto. Dove l'ha trasportata? Nello spazio profondo. Ok.
The primordial phase flame, lacking any phase shiftability. Logic. Asta is still within the confines of the space station.
Ok.
That flame must still be somewhere inside the station. Find it, and we'll find a way to bring her back.
A splinter, you say? The arrogance of the gifted is charming in its own way. Try then if you must.
It seems that Duke Inferno didn't deign to personally grace the space station. He merely cast infernal fire into our midst to wreak havoc among the researchers. When the fire fizzles out, his malevolent plans will vanish without a trace.
I will head to Herta's office and activate the folded space in the curio storage room. With some changes to its parameters, I can use it to block the fire's teleportation routes and seal it inside the station. Mr. Ratio, please go with Mr. Trailblazer and contain the fire.
Ok. Un dungeon, vabbè.
Dungeonino. Ok. Che brutto.
Oh, ti fanno provare il ritio.
Oh, invece. Che bel tipo. Pronia.
Infernal fire is also a form of energy life form. The imaging device will pick up its trace. Follow it.
Se c'è il nemico a debuff qualsiasi tipo, io fa follow up attack quando
bene. Fatto bene a mettersi il livello follow up.
Sì, sono proprio una combinazione perfetta. Visto che ne mette 40 miliardi. No.
Sì, un po' grande questo fuocherello. Full the space. Quindi questo è tipo l'immaginario space, ok. Eccolo. È davvero qualcosino.
See?
Wow.
It's still in the space station. Like Screwlam said, it cannot escape from here. Do you know what to do with cornered prey?
Hunt it to the death.
Hunt it to the death.
Madonna, sto pezzo mi ricorda troppo quella parte tipo nel capitoli 1 e 2 di Honkai dove devi passare attraverso i portali per raggiungere Sil. Ciao, posso.
The fire is dying. This place is strange.
It's still resisting.
Ok.
The fold in the space has shifted. I can deduce its escape with a mere glance.
Ah, downtown, giusto.
Confuso perché la gente non impazzisce.
Ok, proviamolo. Prima che ce lo diano gratis. Aspetta, c'era scritta una roba. Fammi ritornare a lui. No, c'era scritto della roba. Pazienza. Oh, eccolo il follow up. Le prime ammattonate in faccia.
Bellissimo.
Non di qua. Qua no.
No, e quando devi guardare il portale, se è vuoto di dentro puoi entrarci, se è tipo chiuso non puoi.
Ah.
The flame is getting weaker. Duke Inferno can't maintain it anymore.
Cos'è? 40%?
E il 40% di fare follow up attack.
Ah.
Più debuffa, più aumenta la percentuale.
Capito. Figo che c'è scritto sopra.
Perché è fissa, quindi
100%. Che bello che è. Ma tanto ve lo danno gratis perché fa schifo.
Un labirinto.
È un po'. Ah no, l'ho trovato.
Dopo di quello.
Ah. È andato via di nuovo.
Ah, eccolo.
Ok. Di sopra.
Minchia.
Seems like this chase is about to end.
Speriamo. Non capivo, stavo correndo dentro.
Anch'io.
Ah, qui è il sotto dove non volevo andare prima? No, è un altro posto.
Perché siamo dentro il dungeon, non è la mappa vera.
Vero, vero.
È diventato piccolissimo.
Sì. Dai, e ora sei inculato, vai, vai. A botte, botte.
Chasing the firelight, not knowing that the blessings of destruction already lie at their feet. It is little wonder that even the descent of the Savior's Legion was unable to cleanse this.
Personali. Non vedo l'ora di vederti in persona.
Succederà. Questo che
Succederà.
l'hanno introdotto. Succederà nella 2.0/2.1.
Forse nella prossima continuance della Space Station.
Io pensavo Penacony, però vabbè.
Oh.
No. Hold on.
Ah, interessante. Oh, porca puttana. Questo è l'assortimento di nemici più strano. Mai nella vita mi sarei aspettato questo assortimento di nemici. Antimatter Legion vicino a quelli di... Vicino a quelli di Jarilo e di Shenka. Oh, questa sarà la boss fight.
This combat needs up. This is double speed. This battle is unavoidable. Converge and awaken. More enemies.
Boom.
Got the defense?
You'll pay for this. Lend me your strength.
Basic attack 16.000?
Fa un po' male. Sembra faccia un po' male.
This combat. This is double speed.
Stai calmo.
This battle is unavoidable.
Fa male.
Lend me your strength. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
2 o 3 settimane ce l'avremo tutti gratis. Ma che bellezza c'è. Che bello.
Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
It came together.
Oddio. Mi ha dato un achievement, non so perché.
I'm asking questions.
Ah, fa lo stesso il colpo attacco, si muore.
This combat needs This is double speed. Gather as one. More enemies.
Fire is weakening. It's preparing to flee. You keep your eye out for Lady Asta's whereabouts.
Can I have fun this time?
Your answers?
Yin and yang. You'll pay for this. I see through you. There's always a weakness. Lend me your strength. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Ma non mi shottare il personaggio.
Equip all things in the human creations. More enemies.
Got the defense.
Ok, ne mancano solo 2.
Bello, bello.
E via, vai. Ok. Ah, c'è per la cutscene. Ciao, Asta. Gli altri se ne sono dimenticati. E vabbè.
È animata solo lei.
Solo lei, gli altri morti, boh.
Rest assured, Asta only had a fright.
Se significa che non mi arriva più la daily di Adler, a me va bene.
While you were chasing the enemy, the security department also found the missing researchers. Affirmation. They are all safe and sound.
Okay.
Okay.
It was all thanks to Adler. They fell into a spatial curio and could not leave until the Department of Ecology's most knowledgeable curio expert solved it from within. Many of them were shaken by their experience when Arlen found them, but they are otherwise fine. Yes, it is over. This business is over, and I believe the space station will be able to deal with any internal aftershocks. In Herta's stead, I thank you for your efforts, sir. But there is one mystery that remains unsolved. And that is something I must deal with myself.
Finito?
Riferiva al Retio o a Duke Inferno?
Tu?
Quante scene?
Sì, quante cazzi ci sono in storia di queste? Ah! Bravo Riccio.
I've been waiting.
Ecco.
E...
Dai, una discussione senza... Oh, una discussione senza trailblazer.
Dai.
Surely you have plenty of pressing matters to attend to. Or is the safety of the space station beneath your concern?
Answer. That is exactly why I came. After all, the principal figure in this whole affair is right here.
When did you start to doubt
No, questo è il teaser. Questo è il teaser di Penacony. Ci sono entrambi. C'è lui e Doppio Inferno nella Penacony. Sicuro, questo è il teaser di Penacony.
In academic research, skepticism comes far more naturally than belief. I've had the same bad habit as you since the beginning, Mr. Ratio.
I must say, I'm quite honored, Mr. Screwlam. But do explain, why opt for silent wisdom when you already had the pieces of the puzzle?
For curiosity's sake. Affirmation. I made the same decision as you. To accompany and observe.
Oh, and when
non c'è mai
did
centrato
you
un
become
cazzo.
convinced?
Objectively speaking, aside from some minor spiritual trauma, no researchers were hurt in this attack, which never aligned with the Annihilation Gang's modus operandi. Logic, a third party saved them.
Had I not fortuitously acquired a spark of the phase flame and intervened in Duke Inferno's teleportation, those people would already be space waste, floating past the windows here.
Ho detto, poteva buttarli fuori.
You are more candid than I calculated.
But still behaving within your calculations, no? One last question, Screwlam. Genius though you are, can you deduce why I did this?
I cannot be sure and can only hypothesize. Helping the weak hints at the merciful instinct of a medical doctor, but maintaining a cool, detached observation reveals the strictness of a scholar. And pulling the strings from behind the curtain is akin to laying down the gauntlet to a genius.
The ruler of planet Screwlam is indeed well versed in the human mind. It's a pity you're as much in the ivory tower as other geniuses. You still got one thing wrong. To stand aside and observe is the best treatment one can give. There is a disease called foolishness that is harder to cure than any ailment. The path of erudition has neither reason nor logic. While geniuses wander among the stars, the ordinary can't even trace their footsteps. Those less gifted have no choice but to walk alone, enduring a lifetime of tumbles and triumphs. But even a life marked by failure is a life worth living.
Wow,
it is only in moments of solitude and despair, when help is absent, that fools grasp how to pick themselves up. I have a fastidious nature. I cannot stand fools, idiots, or imbeciles. Seeing them fills me with dread. Regrettably, this space station is just like the Intelligentsia Guild, devoid of geniuses and filled with mediocrity.
You wish to uproot the researchers' blind worship of geniuses.
I am only laying out my questions.
Vabbè, ancora.
As for the answers,
sono pazzi. Se la 2.0 è così, siamo pazzi. Boh.
Pursuit tinged with negativity is still pursuit, and it is capable of leading us to the right conclusion. For the masses of the mediocre to reach a level of awareness, this is a necessary rite of passage.
You are indeed
non gliene
more
bastava.
like a medical
Quante
doctor.
cazzo di cazzi c'erano in ste queste, Dio mio.
As for the spark,
Cristo santo.
I believe Asta will deal with it properly.
It is also a lesson I left for her. With that, I take my leave. I look forward to future encounters with such brilliant minds. Let's hope they're as memorable as those we had today. A farce full of trivial concerns. Ultimately, they're just mediocre minds.
Finita qua. Mi sa che è proprio finita qua.
Sì.
Ai ai ai.
Bella, bella.
Ci sta, dai, ci sta.
Meno impattante come la prima, però.
La prima è stata bellissima. Questa ci stava, dai.
Bella, bella.
Era carina, 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 dai. Ultimo tentativo della giornata.
Trigram on both ends. The third to last line says, today is a
Va
good
bene,
day for public service.
E va bene. Visto che abbiamo finito qui, direi che per oggi possiamo chiudere qua. Grazie per averci seguito. E noi ci vediamo domani con il capitolo 42 di Honkai. Bye bye.